Hello everyone and welcome on this new weekly market analysis video from Xtreme Trader. This is Salah speaking. Before we start, please don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. So also before we start the weekly analysis, I would like to highlight the upcoming news that we will be having on the next week on the market. As you can see on Monday, Australian dollar and the Canadian dollar are going to be in much low volatility due to the bank holidays they are having. Also on Tuesday, we will be having here the RBA rate statement for the Australian dollar. I think this is going to be the biggest one. The next one is going to be on Wednesday, where we have most likely the ISM services PMIs and official cash rate for the NZD. And I think on Thursday is going to be fine. We can ignore this one. I think it's not really that important. However, Friday is important and big day for the dollar and for the CAD. We will be having the non-farm payroll and the unemployment rate. So again, for the news, let's be prepared and let's just always keep in mind that these signals that you are about to receive right now are based on technical analysis, of course relying on the fundamentals as well, but of course 90% based on the technical. However, let's now start with the EURUSD. So now if we go to the weekly chart, what we are having right here is something interesting. Now let me just show you that we are having on the weekly chart, the EURUSD has actually made here a strong bearish breakout from that level of the support trend line. So here, as you can see, is the bearish breakout candles. Now what's going to happen next? Usually, guys, the next behavior for the market, when it breaks out from any support trend line, the market is going to continue the fall till it reaches the support right here at 61.8 Fibonacci retracement, and then it's going to make a pullback to retest the broken level of the support trend line to create a new resistance trend line. So by tracking this, we can check here the Fibonacci retracement, and as we can see, the market is still far from 61.8. However, I believe that the EURUSD is going to continue the fall till it reach at least the Fibonacci 50, as you can see right here, the nearest strong key support level to that level of the current price. Therefore, the market will most likely gonna continue to fall till it reach that level of the strong key support level, and afterward it might actually begin the bullish pullback to retest the broken level of the support trend line. That put us on a short option, so we will be looking for shorting the EURUSD for the remaining day, or actually for the next week. So that's of course based on the weekly chart. Let's now go to the daily chart, and as you can see here also, based on the daily chart, we had right here of course a broken level of a real support, as you can see exactly right there. So right here, guys, we had here of course a broken level of the real support, and as you can see, the market has already retested that level and created a new resistance. And that means that the retest has already happened, which means we already have here a resistance. So therefore, most likely now the EURUSD will at least continue the fall till it reach right here the nearest level of a previous support, at least, which means we can sell the pair exactly at some point right here. So for that, let's now move to the 4-hour time frame. Actually, let's even move to the 1-hour time frame. Now, as you can see, guys, based on the 1-hour time frame, we have already identified our take profit level. Now let's find where exactly we can start buying the EURUSD. To find that, we can see clearly right now that the market is actually facing here a support level. So now to find the exact entry that we need for the shorting, what I will do is simply call the magic of trend line. So as we can see, right here we do have a resistance trend line which has been respected repeatedly. Now what I will do next is simply drag the very same resistance trend line and just place it right there at the nearest resistance trend line, which lies exactly right there, right here. So now we can see that we had here also a fake breakout, a real level of resistance trend line, even right here, and also it was a support trend line as well. Now that means that we can start selling the EURUSD exactly right here at the edge of the resistance trend line, and if we look carefully, we do have right here also a real level of the resistance. That means that we have to wait for this pair to rise to another like 12 pips only before we can start shorting it. And that put us with a take profit level of about 90 pips only, and a safe zone that shouldn't be ranging higher than this level of a previous key support level at 1.06310. That means that our safe zone will be ranging for 43 pips only against 91 pips of profit. Let's now write the signal. Just want to bring to your attention, guys, now after looking at it on the 4-hour time frame, I really don't feel safe about it. That's why I want to adjust this resistance trend line to be exactly at the edge of these candles, I think that's going to be a better entry. Yes, that's going to provide us with much better entry. Going back now to the 1 hour time frame, we have to identify, of course, the real level of resistance, and that can be found exactly right there. This was, of course, the nearest real level of the resistance. It was also a resistance right here. So we already have here a resistance number 1. Then let's wait for the pair to rise again to reach resistance number 2, which means we have to wait for the EURUSD to rise to another 25 pips before we can start shorting it, keeping almost the same. Actually, no, we have to rise to increase it a little bit more, just like that. Yes. So the safe zone will be ranging for about 40 pips only against 103 pips of profit. And there goes your signal, my friends, for the EURUSD. Moving now to the pound USD. But before that, guys, I want your opinion, please. If you guys remember, last week, actually, I have made this video right here on the weekly analysis, and it was just like that. It was because of my operation, of course. I wasn't able to speak. However, I have made the video like that. So, guys, let me know, please, in the comments. Do you prefer the weekly analysis from now on to be in this style, or do you like the current style where I'm actually speaking and explaining to you? Now, what I'm planning is to make all the weekly analysis videos like this with the music and the text. However, the deal of the day, the live trading videos, the midweek analysis are all gonna be just with my voice speaking, but I'm thinking to make only the weekly analysis video to be exactly as you are seeing right here. So please, guys, let me know in the comments what do you think and if we should apply this idea. Anyway, guys, let's now again start with the pound USD. Now for the pound USD on the daily chart, the first thing that we can spot is that level of a resistance being respected. Check this out. So right here we're having a strong level of a key resistance, and it has already been respected, and as we can see, the market now is falling. That means that at least for the next 2 or 3 candles, the pound USD will continue the fall till it reach that level of the support. It's really a basic and simple analysis based on the candles, based of course on the daily chart, which means the pound USD still has about at least 77 pips more to go. So therefore, just to confirm, I will move now to the weekly chart, just to confirm that this is indeed the right direction. So again, guys, the market has actually been able to close below that level of the resistance right here. That means that most likely the pound USD exactly is going to continue the fall. Eventually, it will continue falling till it reach that level of a key support at 1.19275. So therefore, let's now move back to the daily chart and 4-hour time frame. Of course, the daily chart is showing us a strong price action for the fall, and I think we can trust the pin bar that we have just seen here. So moving now to the 4-hour time frame. Now on the 4-hour time frame, we do have right here, of course, a strong level of a key resistance, as we can see, exactly at 1.2237. Now let's just scroll to the left side. What I want to see here, I want to confirm if the same level was a strong resistance in the past. Check this out. Sure enough, we are having here a real level of a resistance which has indeed been respected. That means that this level is indeed a strong level as a resistance. Now, of course, we need more confirmation here. So what I will do, guys, is simply move again to the daily chart, and what I will do is simply look at the nearest resistance trend line. As we can see, we're having here one, and what I will do next is just simply drag the same line and place it just right there at the nearest support trend line. Again, that is, guys, from the video called The Magic of Trend Lines. Please refer to that video in order to understand what the heck did I just do in front of you. So as we can see, that support trend line has indeed been respected and become again a new resistance trend line. All of that together tells us that the pound USD will continue falling. Now again, moving to the 1-hour time frame, we do have right here the nearest level of a resistance, exactly right here to that fake breakout candle. So right here is the nearest resistance to that fake breakout movement. So eventually what we'll be having here, if the market is going to make a bearish reversal on that point, we will end up, of course, with head and shoulders pattern, which confirms that the pound USD will continue the fall. Anyway, we will be looking for shorting this pair exactly at that level of a resistance. Let's wait for the pound USD to rise to another 23 pips before we can start shorting it. Take profit level will be right here at the lowest level of a support at 1.21261, aiming approximately 90, I would say like roughly 100 pips of profits. However, the safe zone shouldn't be ranging higher than this level of a resistance at 1.22725 for about 47 pips only. Moving now to the AUDUSD. Alright, so now for the AUDUSD, if we move to the weekly chart, we are still below that level of a resistance. Again, for the maybe 7th week, I think, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6th week, the AUDUSD kept making attempts to rise above the level of a support, and again has failed, and most likely now the AUDUSD is going to continue the fall. Very simple and very clear, I think. Also, we are having here a broken level of the support trend line, as you can see, guys. And it seems to me like we are having here a fake breakout. However, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 attempts of a real support trend line, and finally many attempts of the resistance trend line, which indicates that the AUDUSD is indeed going to continue to fall till it reaches that level of the support. Now, based on that, let's now move to the 4-hour time frame. Now on the 1-hour time frame, let's highlight the real level of a resistance and separate them from the fake breakouts. As you can see, exactly right there, we do have here the real level of the resistance. We have here also multiple attempts of a fake breakout, but eventually what we're having, of course, is the real attempt of a resistance. Let me just scroll to the left side. Check this out. This was really amazing. It's really a strong attempt of a support right here, and also it was here, as you can see, a real attempt of a resistance. However, that tells us that the AUDUSD is indeed going to continue to fall. Let me just now use the trend lines just to confirm this, and as you can see, right now we are actually facing here a previous level of a broken resistance trend line, and most likely the market is going to make a pullback for about 31 pips before it's going to start the bearish fall. I think we don't need any more analysis on that. I mean, it's really clear to me that the AUDUSD is gonna reverse on that level of a previous resistance, aiming at least the nearest level of a key support right there exactly as 0.63624, expecting approximately 101 pips of profit. Meanwhile, the safe zone shouldn't be ranging also higher than this level of a resistance at 0.65202 for about, I would say, 53 pips. And moving now to the USDCAD. Guys, I will move faster because actually, again, I'm having a hard time speaking. Those who don't know what happened, actually last, like I think 8 days ago, I had an operation on my nose. I don't know. Let me just show it to you 1 second. So here is what I had actually, guys. Last Thursday, I had the operation to remove an extra enlarged adenoid. It was growing here inside of my nose. It was blocking the breathing, and it was not allowing me to smell or taste food. And of course, after removing this part, now I can breathe, but until now I cannot smell or taste the food at all. But however, it's also affecting my speaking as well. Anyway, let's go back to the USDCAD and let's see now what we can expect with it. Now, first thing is to go to the weekly chart, and as we can see here also, the USDCAD has also been able to respect that level of a key support at 1.34178. And most likely now, the USDCAD will continue the rise at least to reach the highest level of a resistance right there at 1.36519. Which means it still has about 80 pips more to go. Now, moving to the daily chart, as you can see here also, we are having here also, guys, a strong key support level at 1.35048. However, I'm not expecting from the USDCAD to fall all the way to retest that level of a support, because the bullish movement here is so strong. And what we're looking for right now is actually a previous level of a resistance. And check this out. Right here exactly, that level of a previous resistance was also right here, the nearest support to that bullish breakout candle. That's very interesting thing to spot on the daily chart. So moving now to the 4-hour time frame, check this out. That is exactly what I'm talking about, the nearest support and the nearest resistance to that bullish breakout candle. Not only that, but if we check the Fibonacci, I think this is going to be 38.2 maybe. No, it's actually 50. Right now, the USDCAD is actually on Fibonacci 61.8. So therefore, let's wait for the pullback to happen and retest the broken level of a resistance exactly at Fibonacci 50. And from that point, we can start buying this pair. I think we can add another kind of confirmation if we use the resistance trend line. And let me just, yes, I think, yes. Perfect. As you can see, I have drawn the resistance trend line all the way from there, and we can see that it has been respected as a resistance trend line, then finally as a support trend line, and again lately as a resistance trend line. So if the market is going to continue to fall, it will be retesting the same level of a support trend line and most likely respecting it. Yes, indeed, that's a good signal and I like it. And let me just highlight that this is going to be our take profit level at the resistance on 1.36693, and our entry will be here at 1.35433, and the safe zone that shouldn't be ranging lower than this level of a previous support at 1.34936, and that means that our safe zone is ranging for about 48 pips against 127 pips of profits. Moving now to the USDJPY. So USDJPY, guys, is indeed rising. Now after seeing the strong bullish movement right now, actually initially I was saying that the USDJPY will continue the rise till it reach that level of a resistance, but the current price action based on the daily chart, which shows here a strong rejection after retesting the broken level of a resistance right here at 148.433, we can see here a strong rejection after the attempt to break out from that level of a resistance and to go down to make a correction. But it seems to me like the USDJPY is indeed rising. So based on that and based on the 4-hour time frame, I would recommend to continue buying this pair exactly at that level of a previous support at 149.210 after it falls to another 16 pips only. That's gonna be, in my opinion, guys, the best level to start buying this pair. And the take profit level, let me just go to the 1-hour time frame. I want to highlight the real level of a resistance. 1 second, I need to scroll more to the left, and exactly I need to highlight, yes, right here exactly. Why right here? It's gonna take a while to show you because if we look carefully right here, guys, check this out. If you can look, if you can see it, we're having here a support level which was on the resistance also, and that's the reason I'm selecting this to be exactly here as of my take profit level. So that being said, that's gonna be a lot, I think. That's gonna be a lot. Okay, let's reduce it. I want to give you guys always a realistic level for the take profit level. That's the reason I'm reducing it. I mean, it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. Let me just, again, it's really hard to analyze the USDJPY at these circumstances. Yes, look at that. Right here we're having the nearest resistance, as you can see, and I have drawn here my line to be exactly at the peak of the resistance, and therefore, guys, to be honest with you, I'm really not able to speak. I need to finish this video, to be honest with you. I really want to finish this video. Alright, so yeah, let's aim approximately 105 pips profit from this signal, and the safe zone that shouldn't be ranging lower than this level of a previous support for about 41 pips. Moving now to the NZDUSD. Alright, so for the NZDUSD, if we check now the weekly chart, it's very similar to the AUDUSD. We are also having here a broken level of the support, and the market has just started to retest the broken level and already created here a new resistance, which indicates that the NZDUSD will most likely now gonna continue the fall. Also, we do have right here, of course, a support trend line. If we check this level, check this out. So indeed right here, guys, we're having a real level of the support trend line which has been respected repeatedly, and finally we are having here the actual breakout from that level. Now this is, in my opinion, not a fake breakout, because the market has actually closed below that level of a previous support trend line and a new resistance trend line. So moving now even to the 4-hour time frame, I would recommend to sell the NZDUSD exactly right there at the real level of a resistance at 0.60155, and as you can see, finally we had here one fake breakout. Now why do we call it a fake breakout? Because the market has made a breakout from it, and then instead of respecting that level and creating a new support, the market instead just kept falling and went below that level of a resistance. Therefore, if the market now is going to make any pullback, of course, due to the pressure from the previous resistance right here, it's gonna reverse exactly on that level of a resistance and then gonna continue the fall. That being said, let's wait for this pair to rise to another 17 pips before we can start shorting it. And right there exactly. And the take profit level will be exactly right there at that level of a nearest key resistance. at 0.58987, expecting at least 116 pips profit from this signal, and a safe zone that shouldn't be ranging much higher than the peak of the resistance at 0.60624 for about 46 pips. And finally, let's now move to the gold. And I'm so proud of my gold signal. I think now for the, week number 6, I am having a 100% winning ratio on the gold, and I'm very happy with the winning streak that I have so far. It's really nice and profitable. And again, guys, let me know please in the comments, what do you think of this signal, which I have sent yesterday as a deal of the day on the gold. And as you can see, the reversal was accurate. It just went in loss for about 70 pips before finally goes back in total of 263 pips of profit. I even sent yesterday a notification here on my Telegram group. Of course, guys, this is the free group on Telegram. To join this group, you can find the link in the description below of this video. I informed them that we have here the gold running in 105 pips, and I would recommend to close it right now in a good profit, because it was actually facing a support at 1861. But as you can see, the market just kept falling and falling and falling, and it reversed actually almost from the take profit level. So again, let me know guys in the comments if you have taken this signal and enjoyed the profits. Now, of course, I'm not asking for any compliments. It's not what I want to see. I want to see reviews about this signal. Guys, let me know please if you took it and make profit with it. That's really what matters to me, and that is really what I want to see, to be honest with you. Anyway, let's now see what we can do next with the gold. However, moving now to the weekly chart. Again, right now what we are having here on the weekly chart is really interesting, because the gold has indeed made here a strong bearish breakout candle from that long-term support trend line, as you can see. Now, what we are seeing right here is that the gold is actually not facing any real level of a support, or actually not facing any key support level. What we are having here is, of course, the key support level right there, and right there, and right there. Those are the strongest key support levels that the gold might be facing soon. However, for the meantime, the gold is still falling, and I believe it will continue falling till it reach 1800. That means that we have to look for selling opportunities for the gold. Now, moving to the daily chart. Now, on the daily chart, let me just delete all these lines. Now, on the daily chart, what we will be looking for is the strongest real level of a resistance. And if I'm not mistaken, we're having here a real level of a resistance, as we can see. Let me just make sure it's correct. Exactly like that. Fantastic. Check this out. So let's track it. So first of all, this was, of course, the nearest resistance to that bearish breakout candle. That's for a start. Now, as you can see, it was also here a support level, and the gold has made yesterday the bearish breakout from that level of the support. Moving now to the 4-hour time frame, and we can see clearly right here, guys, this was, of course, the previous key support level to the current price. Now, let's scroll more to the left side. Let's just track, guys, how did the gold reacted to that level? As you can see, and as I have said earlier, right here is the nearest resistance to that bearish breakout candle. Continue. Right here also, we can see a strong key resistance level. Keep going to the left. Always track the history. How did the gold react to that level? That's amazing. Check this out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, that's really amazing. So meaning 1857 is a very trusted and a very strong level of the gold, which will most likely cannot be ignored. Now let's add more analysis to this, shall we? Let's move to the daily chart. I want to confirm if this is really a good and valid entry. So what I will do is simply draw here a resistance trend line. Check this out. Check this out. Right here, guys, we do have a real level of a resistance trend line, which recently became a support trend line. And now finally the market has made the bearish breakout from that level, which means if the gold is going to make any pullback, first of all, it will be respecting that level of a real resistance, plus that level of a previous support trend line will become right now a new resistance trend line. That means that selling the gold at 1857.46 is going to be our good idea, in my opinion. And our take profit level can actually be placed just right there exactly. Yes, right here at the nearest key support level to our entry at 1825.15, which means we can actually expect approximately 314 pips profit from this signal, and the safe zone that shouldn't be ranging higher than this level of a previous resistance right there at 1871.27 for about 134 pips only. Let me now write the signal for you. And there goes your signal, my friends, for the gold and for the USD pairs. Guys, another kind reminder, when any signal wins, please share your opinion in the comments. It's not fair that the comments, most of them are only thanking me for the signals, and really I appreciate it, but I want to see comments telling that we have taken this signal and we made profits with it. I mean, it's really not fair that I will see a lot of comments coming only when the signal fails, but if the signal succeeded, it's nothing. Nobody will write anything. Nobody will say, thank you, I took this signal and I made profits. Rarely. Maybe one or two only. I mean, it's really rare. But trust me, when any signal fails, you will see at least 11 or 12 comments telling this signal is bad, it hit the stop loss, don't follow this guy, blah, blah, blah. I mean, this is really unfair, guys. Let's beat these assholes and let's now show the community that we are actually trading as Xtreme Trader team and we are making profits together. So again, guys, if any signal of these have made profits, please share your experience in the comments. Let the strangers or let the new followers or the new joiners to the channel to know the quality of these signals. So anyway, guys, until then, I hope that was informative to you, and I would like to thank you for watching.